Hello, dear YC. This is Ray Lian from Brisbane, Australia. I'm 48 years old. I have bipolar. I'm crazy 4.0. So if you want to click away from this video, please feel free to do so and reject my application. If you do so, I'll make you regret 1000%. It will be the worst mistake you ever made in your life. Okay, so now I still have 34 seconds. I'm the founder of src2mission.org, also the founder of a business called Sera2.ai. We focus on doing the 24/7, 365 AI receptionist service for our clients we provide premium services at the lowest cost. Our cost is only about 10% compared to the other big AI voice agent companies, but we can deliver 10 times better than what they do. Okay, that's my 1 minute. Thank you. For those of you who are still staying, I will tell you more about myself. When I was 16, I was studying in the University of Auckland, double major in marketing and economics. And you heard me right. When I was 16, I went to the university, and I had this homepage called 玩乐天堂 and 交友天地 in Chinese. And if you go to yam.com and season 2, 交友天地, it's like friend zone, was the #1 website in yam.com. You can still Google and you can still find it. And when I was 16, I'm not proud of it. I also sell pirate copies in Taiwan for 1 month, pirate softwares and pirate games, and I made 1 million NT in 30 days when I was 16. But I'm a God believer. I think God told me, okay, Ray, you are better than that. Okay, don't sell pirate copies. So I actually donate most of the money away, and I quit after 1 month. And when I was 19, I come to Australia, Brisbane. I moved from Auckland to Brisbane, and I study in University of Queensland for Master of Commerce, majoring information systems like database and data mining. When I was 21, I get my first job in Telstra. I was the e-commerce project manager there for 10 months. And then I think big corporate is not for me, so I quit. I went back to Taiwan when I was 21. I found my first company there, the real company called h2ocity.com.tw, which is 水都多媒体折扣网. So in 3 years, we had over 1 million members. So through my strategy, we only start the business with less than 200K to start with. Oh, actually 150K in USD, 200K in AUD. So we start the business with only 150K. In 3 years, I was the founder. I was a solopreneur that in 3 years, I issued over 1 million membership cards, over 1 million discount network cards that people can use the card with our logo, go to 6,000 different stores and get discounts. And we also have the 1 million people in Taiwan. That's about 6% of the population. So I do know my stuff. And we also had over 6,000 B2B clients, including 7-Eleven, Sony, Acer, Family Mart, High Life, Taiwan Power Company, 1111 Human Resource Bank, even Disney Plus, also the biggest bookstore there called Chengping Shuju, the biggest supply chain and car maintenance repairs and called Li Che Fang. You can see that here. Let me see. Okay, 7-Eleven, 7-Eleven, 7-Eleven. You see that logo, 统一流通制集团, Acer, Sony, 1111, Taiwan Power Company, Chengping Shuju, the biggest #1 brand in bookstores. I forgot this name in English, 英国保诚人寿, the British insurance company or whatever. Family Mart, Family Mart, yeah, and whatever. Okay, we had about 6,000 B2B clients. I closed all the major corporations myself. I went there, do the PowerPoint for 30 minutes, 60 minutes. I closed them all. So we were doing quite well. It should be a publicly listed company in Taiwan, but I screwed up really bad 8 years later. Okay, I invite too many investors. I invite too many friends to become my business partner. I hire basically everyone that I can talk to. I hire them into my company, and some of them actually just one or two of them actually unethical, and they lie about their schedule or their work or whatever. And then when everyone found out, no one want to work hard anymore. Even I don't want to work hard. Okay, so I sold the company. I sold all my shares for over $1 million. I exited the company in 2028, and after 2028, the company went. After 2 years, the company went bankrupt, out of business. After I left, it only stayed for 2 years. And if you go to YouTube, if you know Chinese, if you don't, just use AI or ask someone who knows Chinese. You type in 水都多媒体折扣卡 okay, so H2O H2O 水都多媒体折扣卡 you will see two videos. Okay, the one news is a good one, which says at the time we had over 3,000 different shops. You use this card for all 3,000 stores, and it's the biggest discount network in Taiwan. That's 14 years ago. It's actually more than 14 years. Okay, the other one is the bad one. Okay, says we could be, we are, there's a possibility we are frauds. Okay, we are we are lying to customers, because the Taiwan people, the problem about the business 20 years ago was that when people use our card to the store, sometimes the shop owner forgot to tell their new employee, hey, if any car comes with this logo, the 水都多美 logo, you gotta give them 10% off. But sometimes they forgot to train their employees. And when one of our customers take this car out and there's no 10% off, they will think, well, maybe I've been scammed. This card is bad and doesn't work well as well. Even though we have all the customer support, and even if they call, if they're not happy, we issue 100% refund, no question asked. The news media, the whatever 新闻 in China, in Taiwan, sorry, they still say, okay, there's a possibility that h2oc.com.tw is a fake and a fraud. And because they use possibility, we can't really sue them because it's only possible, not for certain. Anyway, that's my first business. And then after a few years, I spent the 1 million to acquire a lot of properties, houses, and I actually start my second business. Actually, I do about 20 different businesses. I was a business owner with a clothing store. I was a business owner of a bubble tea. I was a business owner of a restaurant. I was a business owner of a moving company. I was a business owner of mobile accessory, e-commerce, Shopify, whatever. Well, you name it. I probably have it. I was even a part-time tour guide, okay, or driver for luxury cars. So I do a lot of things for about 10 years. And then 12 years ago, I'm married with my wife. We had a son. He's 4 years old. So 12 years ago, we decided to move back from Taiwan to Brisbane, Australia, for my son's education, who studies in Boys Grammar here in Brisbane. And during that time, I also had one company called Next Idea Marketing. We had about 200 clients, but we only charged them like 500 USD a month, which is really low. So I only managed to sell it for over 1 million AUD, not even 1 million USD, only over 1 million AUD. But that's basically my background. And 7 years ago, I had my vasectomy surgery. They cut off my 2/3 of my stomach because I was overweight, and I went crazy. I was actually crazy. That I actually was hospitalized as bipolar, because I tried to save the world. I tried to solve the world hunger problem all by myself. I worked non-stop for 3 days. And after 3 days of thinking and working and no sleep, I actually went to the mental hospital. Okay, I was diagnosed as bipolar. I was ashamed to say it before, but now I found out Steve Jobs says it. So what? Okay, a lot of crazy people have bipolar, so I'm not trying to hide it anymore. All right, now enough about my background. Okay, sorry. Last thing. So 5 years ago, I retired. Actually, I decided there's nothing I can do to change this world. So I was retired 5 years ago. Stay home as a stay home dad, full-time stay home dad, and then finally last year I had an epiphany, a message from God. That's why I started business again. Okay, so a little bit about my background. When I was 4 years old, I was the smartest and the highest IQ in the whole school. I come up with a plan that I want to be Bill Gates 2.0. Okay, I want to become the first trillionaire in planet Earth, but I failed. Yeah, I may have like 8 million or something like that, but I'm nowhere close to a billionaire, or even further from a trillionaire. But yeah, I failed miserably. But when I was 7 years old, I saw the television. I was watching cartoon, and then a monk, okay, a Buddhism monk, actually came up and said, "I don't envy the most richest or wealthiest in the world. I don't envy the most powerful person in the world. But if you can solve world hunger problem and feed every children who doesn't have to die from food anymore, I will envy you, and you will be the man." And that's when I made my lifetime goal. When I was 7 years old in Taiwan, I said, okay, I want to solve this problem. I want to become the number one person in human history to actually solve this world hunger problem. So that's why I started my first company, h2ocity.com.tw, 水多多美 in Taiwan, because my stage one is to get an IPO. Stage two is IPO in USA or China. Stage three is when I get this level, I can meet billionaires like Elon Musk, Bill Gates. Okay, Elon Musk wasn't a thing back then, but Bill Gates and Warren Buffett. And then stage four is we all have a meeting, like 100 billionaires or 1,000 billionaires, with a 3-day brainstorm and everything, and then we can come up with a plan to solve this world hunger problem all together. But I failed this plan so many times. I must try at least 20 to 30 different businesses. I all failed. Yeah, even though I might get 1 million exit sometimes, but it's nowhere near a billionaire. So they don't have to talk to me. Okay, I'm not there yet. I don't deserve their time because I'm not yet a billionaire. But last year, I think God gave me a message. Hey, Ray, you've been retired for 5 years, 6 years actually, and God said, oh, okay, Ray, why don't you try something new? Okay, and I said, okay, what's new? Okay, and then he gave me this message saying, there's an AI now. Do you know that? And with help of AI, you can do a lot of things. Okay, so that was about 2 or 3 years ago, not last year. Sorry, I was mistaken. And so I get this message. I start learning AI. I spend about $250,000 on self-learning. I buy courses from like Sabri Subi from King Kong, which is the number one digital agency in Australia. And Sabri Subi, who has a book like Sales Like Crazy. He's also in Shark Tank, the investor program here in Australia. He's also in Shark Tank. So, and in 5 years, he had from zero followers on YouTube. Now he has nearly close to 500,000 in 5 years. So he's really good. He's like the top three, I think, in marketing. I also learned from Russell Brunson from ClickFunnels. I pay for his masterminds, his courses, and I think Russell Brunson is the number one marketer, digital marketer online. I also take a lot of courses from Tony Robbins and Dean. Tony Robbins and Dean. They teach about me like in mastermind.com. When they launched master.com online, I was the first one in the world to register. The moment they went live, I clicked buy in the next second and actually purchased the program. And I'm also a student of Lead Gen Jay. So Jay is an amazing person. He's really good, and he's the number one cold emailer in the world. Also the top 100 in AI automation. Also the top 10,000 in YouTube channel or social media. So there's a lot of other people like Shakir or whatever. So in the last 12 years, I must have bought over 200 online courses, and I spent about $250,000 on testing them, starting them, buy all the courses. Of course, I didn't finish them all. Okay, I only finished about 30% of the 200 courses that I bought. But whenever my employee, my partner, or my VA needs help, I know, okay, just log into this course. It has the solution. Just log into this course. It has the solution. Look, my head of Facebook ads is in Bangladesh. Okay, he's been doing Facebook ads for 7 years now. And Zahid, he's a Muslim. I just told him, okay, watch this from King Kong, from Sabri, watch this from whoever. Okay, and then they can do it. And so last year, so about 2 or 3 years ago, I met a lot of AI experts. Some people from OpenAI, ChatGPT, some people from Google, some people are from Quark. I even have a friend from X, okay, from Elon Musk. I even have a friend from Tesla. So they are all AI experts. We do masterminds together in the same mastermind group. In 2 years, I learned a lot about AI. So that's why I want to change this world through AI. Okay, a little bit about SRC 2.0, which is the src2mission.org that I founded. There's a lot of information. It takes about 1 to 2 hours to read them all. It's my gift to the world. So I have 12 different ways to solve the world hunger problem. Okay, I have 12 solutions. Actually, AI comes up with 10 solutions. I only come up with 2. Okay, AI is really powerful. So I come up with 2 ways. One is called SRC 2.0, which means if just 1 out of 7, okay, or if only 15% of business owners in the world donate as little as 0.5% of their revenue, okay, revenue, not profit. There's enough money not only to solve world hunger, which requires 40 billion a year, it's enough to have clean water access to everyone, which take 10 billion, and also another 10 billion for free education to everyone who's in extreme poverty. So and also extreme poverty problem and the lack of education problem. So extreme poverty, there's 4 major problems. Okay, one is lack of food, lack of clean water, lack of education, and then extreme poverty. We can solve all 4. Okay, if 15% of us as business owners or entrepreneurs donate as little as 0.5% of our revenue, not profit. Okay, and there's a lot of benefits like tax cuts, increase brand loyalty, increase customer loyalty, increase a lot of things. Okay, you can have a look on the website src2 mission.org. All right, now back to Sera2.ai. The reason I found Sera2.ai is because I want to prove SRC 2.0 mission works. Okay, I want to build the first unicorn company in human history that actually donate 5% of the revenue and still make it to the NASDAQ. If we can achieve that, we can change the world. Because I've shown the world, hey, if I can donate 5%, why can't you do 0.5? Why can't you do 0.2? Why can't you do 0.1, which is something we asked them at the beginning? Just donate 0.1. Once you see the benefits, the increased branding, the increased customer loyalty, the increased investor loyalty, increasing employee loyalty, once you see all those benefits, you will increase it to 0.2, 0.3, and then one day we'll get there, 0.5. We only ask them as the SRC 2.0 pledge to donate as little as 0.1%. Okay, and Sera2.ai, I want to set the first example. That's why we donate 5% of our revenue, which means for every $2 we earn, okay? For every $2 revenue, we can put 1 free food, which costs 10 cents, only 10 cents, to feeding America, to feed hungry children, hungry families in the world. All right, that's SRC2, and that's Sera2.ai. SRC 3.0 is also a charity gift I have for the world. It's a little bit extreme. It says if you only have 1 million or if you are become a billionaire one day, how can you solve it? And I found a way for the village to fund them for 2 years, 1 to 2 years, and then they become self-sustainable. They can actually generate income. The secret is very easy. Just let them watch Netflix all day for 6 months, and then train them to be a VA for 6 months. And then they can get a $1 job or $3 job from Fiverr or Upwork, hourly rate. And $1 to $3 per hour may not seem a lot to you, but it's like 100 times or even 1,000 times than what they used to earn in the village. Once they have that income, once 10% of the village adults and children can make $1 per hour, they have enough money to buy their own food, buy their own internet, and draw more wheels to get more clean water with a surplus for education. And then their rate will increase from $1 to $2 to $3 to $4 to $5 to even $10 an hour. And then once that it's achieved, they can teach their neighborhood, their other villages. They can actually help the other villages out. So that's what I call SRC 3.0 model. All right, I believe that only 1% of you are still watching this video. It's been 20 minutes. I know it should be 1 minute video, but hey, there's too much information, okay? You can't blame me for that. Anyway, if you want to, reach out to me. For those 1% who are actually watching this video, I already consider you as my family, as my friend. So reach out to me if I can help you in any way. I know you are already a good person, you know, to stay till the end of this video. You are already one of my family. Just reach out to me directly. I'll do anything in my power to help you out. All right? My number is +61, that's for Australia, +61 451 798 788. Again, it's +61 451 798 788, and you can reach me on WhatsApp on the same number. Or if you are Chinese, you can use WeChat, Weixin. My WeChat account is Raylien168. It's RAYLIEN 168. RAYLIEN 168. All right, thank you very much for your time. God bless 2.0. Bye.